Poised and polished, Polly Nichols is so much more than she lets on. She is a worker, a survivor, a dedicated wife, mother, and grandmother, and very outdoorsy. A native Oklahoman, Polly grew up in McAllister. A lover of rules and structure, she began taking on leadership roles very early.
I was the president of a girlfriends club, the Burnett Club, and I wrote the Constitution for this club. And the rules were pay attention at the meetings, listen to all sides, have an open mind, and above all, pay attention. And I just think, what if we all did that today?
A junior high club began a lifetime of community involvement and work in nonprofits. She credits her parents with setting the example. In high school and college, she took a leadership role in student government.
I went on to the University of Oklahoma and received a bachelor's in political science and a master's in library science, which took me to the Library of Congress in Washington. And that's where I met Larry Nichols, who was clerking at the Supreme Court.
Back in Oklahoma City, the young couple began their 43-year journey. He in what would become an iconic oil business called Devon, and she serving her community and its citizens in a variety of ways. Together, they will leave their marks on this city, and she is proud of that.
I think Larry and I certainly walked hand in hand into the philanthropic area. My coming from the nonprofit sector, and Larry now coming from the corporate giving sector, but I think we probably both tempered each other and added to each other, being able to see what would be valuable to citizens in this community and what would be valuable to building a really vibrant downtown in Oklahoma City.
Polly has worked tirelessly for her city for years at United Way, the Junior League, the YWCA, Science Museum Oklahoma, Allied Arts, the Girl Scouts, the Oklahoma Center for Nonprofits, to name only a few. She served proudly at the Oklahoma Foundation for Excellence, which is where she was when the Oklahoma City bombing occurred directly across the street. Though left with scars, both physical and emotional, she will not let that event define her.
I am a survivor, and I want to be a survivor and not a victim. I want to take the experience, what Oklahoma City went through, to help all of us learn from that, especially the future generation. And I think the most important mission for the memorial will always be teaching future generations.
She speaks openly about her experiences in hopes of bettering the lives of future generations, and in her own way sees her role as educator.
I think the most important mission for the memorial will always be teaching future generations, just like OCU.
Polly continues to serve on a number of local boards and is humbled to be the one recognized for the volunteer work of many.
So I am very excited to be receiving this honor from OCU, because in doing that, OCU is honoring the nonprofit sector, which I think right now I represent.
Many hours and days are filled with serving others, but she has always carved out time to feed her soul and find adventure.
One thing we love to do when we travel is to hike. We love to mountain hike, and we've been to some really wonderful areas of the world. I think the key to a good marriage is the ability to grow and change together, and Larry and I have certainly done that. Who knew when we met on the steps of the Supreme Court building that we would begin this tremendous journey and be involved in so many wonderful things.
And though she has traveled the world, her heart is always home. And home is where she continues to work passionately and purposefully for a healthy, peaceful, and beautiful future for her family and for all of our families in Oklahoma City. For that work, Polly Nichols is the recipient of Oklahoma City University's Meinders School of Business Outstanding Achievement Award.